And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome here to Daytona as we are getting ready for the kickoff of the 2017 NASCAR Mock season right here from Daytona. We are bringing you live coverage of tonight's Sprint Unlimited, the 2017 edition of this exhibition race, a 25-lap race, no points around the line, just a checker flag at the end of the night. We have 20 of the best NASCAR Speedweeks Series drivers in the world here to compete in this 25-lap dash. The 48 of Jimmie Johnson will start on the pole. The defending winner of the event leads to field of green here tonight at Daytona. Now, last night we had a draw video which set the starting order for tonight's race. The 48 Jimmie Johnson drew position number 1, therefore he will start on the pole. Alongside of his Hendrick teammate, the 5 of Kasey Kahne. Row 2, you have the 3 of Austin Dillon in the number 3, alongside the 20 of Matt Kenseth, and running out the top 5, the 47 of AJ Allmendinger. Now, this field includes drivers who won a pole in 2016 and drivers who made the chase in 2016, which were the 2 qualifications to be entered in this race. 16 drivers won a pole, the other 4 made the chase, therefore they are allowed to be in tonight's event from Daytona. Now, this is not all the racing that you'll see this weekend. Later on, tomorrow, you'll have the 2500 practice along with a 2500 pole qualifying to sit the front row for next weekend's Daytona 500. We will also kick off the ARCA Racing Series tomorrow afternoon. The race was supposed to be before this Sprint Unlimited, but some rain forced the ARCA race to be postponed to tomorrow afternoon. This 2017 NASCAR Mock season introducing the NASCAR Can-Am Pro Series and the ARCA Racing Series. We'll get into that a little bit more as the night goes on. The NASCAR Speedweeks Series season will have a lot of new features, a lot of new graphics, a lot of fun stuff coming your way, including a ticker at the top of your screen, and double file restarts also will be happening in 2017. We'll get into that a little bit more throughout the video, but first, let's send it down trackside for the command to fire up these engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
And now the pace car will lead the field onto the track to begin their pace lap before we go green. Down below, your starting grid will appear. The 48 Jimmie Johnson on the pole alongside the 5 of Kasey Kahne. We already went through the top 5. Matt Kenseth won this race from 2015. Row 3, you have AJ Allmendinger and 2012 winner Kyle Busch. Row 4, the Ganassi teammates of the 1, Jamie McMurray and Kyle Larson. Row 5, Clint Bowyer makes his debut for Stewart-Haas Racing, replacing the now retired Tony Stewart alongside Eric Almirola. Row 6, Kevin Harvick makes his debut in a Ford for Stewart-Haas alongside Denny Hamlin, a 2-time Sprint Unlimited winner. Row 7, you see Dale Jr. and defending champion Brad Keselowski. Row number 8, Ryan Blaney moves over to the Wood Brothers in 2017 alongside Kurt Busch. And Martin Truex Jr. and Joe Logano will come from row number 9. And running out the field on row 10, the 31 of Ryan Newman and the 19 of Carl Edwards, as we're going to show you a few of our onboard cameras. Riding on board with the 48. On board with the 14 of Clint Bowyer. On board with Denny Hamlin, the Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota. On board with Brad Keselowski's Team Penske Ford. And now on board with Carl Edwards' Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota. Well, all the pre-stuff is complete. All that's left to do is turn these drivers loose and let them race for 25 laps of racing from Daytona. On the front row, Jimmie Johnson and Kasey Kahne. They bring the field off turn 4 into the trial. The fans are on their feet, and the 2017 NASCAR Mock season is finally underway. Green flag is in the air, and we're racing here from Daytona. Jimmie Johnson leads, and kind of a slow start by the 3 of Austin Dillon. And here comes, Kenseth can't make contact. Kahne moves to the bottom of the track now to try to get the lead away from his teammate, the 48. Contact from the 20 of Matt Kenseth sent that 5 of Kasey Kahne to the bottom. Nearly took him out. But Matt stayed on the outside line and may give that 48 a push, something that the 5 will not get right away on the backstretch. They already fan out 3 wide, and the 1 on McMurray makes it 3 wide on Allmendinger. Pushes Dillon to the high lane. And now Kevin Harvick is even going to try to make it 4 wide as he gets into McMurray, who now gets alongside Kane, but that just ruins for Kevin Harvick's momentum. And leading lap number 1 in 2017 goes to the 48 of Jimmy Johnson, 24 to go. At the top of your screen you see your ticker, which will appear all afternoon, or all evening I should say. Through the back, Clint Boyer now getting a little bit aggressive on the back bumper of AJ Allmendinger out of turn number 2 as Johnson continues to lead Austin Dillon, who's now starting to get a pretty big push from that 18 of Kyle Busch. A big push by the 18 of Busch to the 3 of Dillon, and they're still together, and Dillon's going to go for the lead. Side by side now, Austin Dillon, and around goes the 20 of Matt Kenseth, takes out the 47 of Allmendinger. Allmendinger gets taken out. Logano slows down as Kenseth comes back up the track, and they'll take out the 21 of Ryan Blaney. Edwards is involved. Logano, hard hit by Logano and Allmendinger. And Dale Jr. goes spinning through the grass in the 88. Austin Dillon did get the lead at the line as the caution flag came out on lap 2, so they raced back to the line. So Austin Dillon, Kyle Busch, and Jimmy Johnson will be your top 3, but big crash out of turn 4. Started with the 20 of Matt Kenseth getting turned down the track on McMurray. Allmendinger got collected, Clint Boyer got collected, and you saw the 20 car come back up the track and take out the 21 and the 42, which hurt a lot of cars. Let's see if we can get a replay. Here it is, Matt Kenseth right now in front of the 1 of McMurray. And you see Almirola's pushing McMurray, who's pushing Kenseth, and McMurray turns Matt down into Allmendinger. There's Clint Boyer getting collected. Jenny spins out, but he saves it. But then it looks like it's going to be okay, but up here Kenseth comes back up the track and right into the 21 of Ryan Blaney. There's the 42 of Kyle Larson, nowhere to go. Truex is going to miss in that 78 by Denny Hamlin, not so fortunate. Edwards not so fortunate, and Logano gets the worst of it in that 22. Nowhere to go. Allmendinger gets more damage in that 47. And you can tell Allmendinger, Logano, and Blaney got the worst amount of damage because they were not even able to drive their cars to pit road. They were teleported to pit lane. So it appears that that may have ended the night for Logano, Blaney, and Allmendinger only on lap 2. As we'll be back to green this time by. Double file restarts will start right now. Austin Dillon on the inside. Take a look at the drivers who were involved in that lap 2 wreck. McMurray, Hamlin, Boyer, Edwards, Kenseth, Blaney, and so on. Rounding out your top 5 is the 43 of Eric Almirola. Right now running very solidly in the top 5. You have Kevin Harvick and you have Martin Truex 7th. Now the top 11 cars from Dillon to Clint Boyer stayed out. Dale Jr. came down pit road under this yellow flag along with Edwards, McMurray, Kenseth, Larson, and Denny Hamlin. As you can see, we only had 17 cars remaining on track. The 47 of Allmendinger, the 22 of Logano, and the 21 of Ryan Blaney have retired from this race. So now we're going to have 18 laps remaining when we take the green flag here in a moment. Austin Dillon on the front row alongside the 18 of Kyle Busch. Remember, Dillon won both Talladega races 1 year ago, so Dillon has became a really good super speedway racer, starting next to one of the best on restarts, the 18 of Kyle Busch. So you come down and take the green flag. We're back underway with Johnson, Kane, and Almirola your top 5. And now the first guy to make it 3 wide, Kurt Busch. And look at the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Harvick from top to bottom down in turn number 1. Restarted 6th and now already on the inside line trying to get second away from that 48 of Jimmy Johnson, who moves into the middle lane. Kyle Busch up to the top as Keselowski now gets stuck in the middle as Almirola to the bottom of the track. So a great restart by the 3 of Austin Dillon. Jimmy Johnson tries to hold on to second place. And now you have the 4 of Kevin Harvick moving on the inside line. Brad Keselowski behind the 48. Kyle Busch on the outside lane. They come from turn 4 in a big run with the 4s on the inside. Kevin Harvick and Eric Almirola. You have Clint Boyer right there in that 14 car. Also, another Ford right there together on the inside line as Dillon will lead that lap again. Harvick's now still in the middle. Behind him, the two of Brad Keselowski pushing. You have Kurt Busch and Martin Truex Jr. also pushing in that middle lane. Edwards, McMurray, Dale Jr., and Kyle Larson, you can see, are still just trying to stay in the lead pack. You can tell the 11 of Denny Hamlin seems to have the hardest task right now trying to keep up. Hamlin has a lot of damage from that lap 2 wreck, and it's really showing us he's really suffering from all that damage. As Almirola now went to the inside of Kevin Harvick, here comes Clint Boyer now, putting his nose on the inside, trying to get that lead away off turn 4. Great run right now though by the 43, Eric Almirola at the line. 3 Ford side by side for the race lead. 16 to go now, this time by Almirola in front of Clint Boyer has the preferred line. Help from the 31 of Ryan Newman. Boyer moving on the inside, help from that 31 of Ryan Newman, who started all the way back in 19th spot, the last row of the field, and he's now working his way for the lead. Ryan Newman, the defending Daytona 500 champion, a two-time 500 champion, as Harvick, I thought he was about to go in the wall entering turn number 3. Got a little bit of a push from Austin Dillon, and now on the inside you see a lot of cars who were involved in that lap 2 crash, including Matt Kenseth, including Carl Edwards and McMurray in the 1. Brad Keselowski giving the 43 a little bit of a push there to Eric Almirola in the middle lane. And Ryan Newman does lead that lap. And now, not so fast, here comes the Gibbs Toyotas of Kenseth and Edwards for the race lead and move the 20 out in front of the field. From starting that crash on lap 2 to now taking over the top spot with 15 laps remaining, give the lead now to Matt Kenseth. You see the 5, Casey Kane, fell back on the restart, now working his way back up to the front. And he's going to get into the 19 of Edwards a little bit, gets him a little bit sideways, but now that pushes the 19 alongside the 20 of Kenseth for the lead. They come across the line side by side for the lead again. Now you see Dale Jr. has been able to catch the lead pack, giving us at least 15 cars racing for the lead in this lead pack. But you see that red and white number 42 of Kyle Larson, another driver who got pretty good damage out of that lap 2 wreck, just trying his best to stay with the front 15. Right now runs 16th, Denny Hamlin 17th. Hamlin far behind as Newman and Casey Kane now run side by side for the lead. McMurray now moving up into 3rd. Truex in that 78. You saw Truex get a little bit of a tap from the 18 of Kyle Busch, nearly sent that 78 car around on corner exit of turn 4. As we're now 13 to go, Casey Kane takes over the top spot in the 5. Now you see the 1 of McMurray, the driver who started that lap 2 crash, came down pit road, one of those guys, and Truex gets turned by Kyle Busch, now 4 wide for the lead. But again, like Harvick earlier, getting turned may help you for a little bit, but it ruins that 78's momentum. And that helps the outside line, who has a really nice organized line of Ryan Newman and Matt Kenseth. It'll be 12 to go as they come out of turn number 4. Now McMurray launches out in front of the field in that 1 car. Help from the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. and give the lead to McMurray at the line. McMurray still getting pushed by that 70 into Martin Truex, and again right there nearly takes out the leader Truex into McMurray. These drivers have to be careful when they get on the inside of another car. These cars are really sensitive when you get on the left rear corner panel of another driver. And look at the lead McMurray has now. Casey Kane, Martin Truex, Kyle Busch, almost 4 wide as Kenseth is now putting his nose on the inside of Ryan Newman, which could cause trouble in it. And it does! Up on the outside wall goes Ryan Newman. Hard hit by Kurt Busch in the 41. Junior's involved. Kevin Harvick, Carl Edwards, and Matt Kenseth all involved. There's Boyer. A lot of damage in that 14 to Clint Boyer. As the caution flag will come out yet again. This time with 11 laps remaining. The 1 of Jamie McMurray grabbed the lead. Had a pretty good lead. And then Kyle Busch made it 4 wide, made an aggressive move to get second. Martin Truex is now third. Eric Almirola and Casey Kane your top 5. Johnson, Keselowski, Austin Dillon, Kyle Larson, and Dale Jr. will make up your top 10. That was at least how they came across the line, but a lot of cars will probably be coming down pit road, including Kevin Harvick, including Clint Bowyer. Now, let's take a look at this replay. This time, the first time Matt Kenseth got turned, he was the victim. But this time, he is the causer, and he's going to get underneath 31 of Ryan Newman, sends him down into the Carl Edwards, collects Dale Jr., hard on the outside wall, goes to 20 of Kenseth, Clint Bowyer. There's Kurt Busch. Kevin Harvick has to get on the brakes. Kyle Larson got a little bit of damage, but nothing serious. He gets through. That may actually help Larson, give him another chance to come down pit road and see if he can make any changes to his car to help him run a little bit quicker. You saw the 31 of Ryan Newman completely damaged. He was up front just a lap or two prior to this incident off turn 4. Denny Hamlin was too far back to really not be a factor in this crash. And now we're going to be able to go to another double file restart, this time being with about 8 to go. You see the drivers involved in this lap 12 wreck: Clint Bowyer and Edwards, Kenseth, Newman, Kurt Busch, Larson, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Now, we have remaining on track 14 cars out of the race. Matt Kenseth, Carl Edwards, and the 31 of Ryan Newman have all retired from the race, joining Allmendinger, Ryan Blaney, and Joey Logano in the garage. I'm sorry, that's not Ryan Newman now. That's Matt Kenseth, Carl Edwards, and I can't remember the other car. But come down the track, I believe that was Kurt Busch who went behind the wall. Anyway, back up front, McMurray and Kyle Busch side by side for the lead. 8 laps remaining from Daytona. Will we see another caution? Will we see another restart? What is going to happen now? We're 8 laps away from the checkered flag, and now Truex now taking over that second spot away from Kyle Busch in the 18. Almirola up top, Johnson on the outside of a 3-wide battle with this Casey Kane in the middle, Brad Keselowski on the inside lane. They come from turn number 2, and it's the 1 and the 78. McMurray and Truex, nose to tail. Now Truex moves to the bottom of the track. Here comes Kyle Busch with a push from Almirola on the outside lane. Busch went high with Almirola on the outside, but now here comes the 5 of Casey Kane with a great run through turns 3 and 4. Look at the run by Casey Kane. Now he's going to get the run to the 78 of Truex. They come from turn 4, 7 to go, and now Kane makes it 3 wide for the lead. Casey Kane on the inside lane has help from the 2 of Brad Keselowski. Truex getting pushed from the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. McMurray on the high side in the 1. See some of the cars involved in that lap 12 wreck not really able to keep up. You see Ryan Newman, you have Clint Bowyer, Kevin Harvick not in this lead pack, but they're not far away from being in this lead pack. See Denny Hamlin also came down pit road on this yellow flag, and it appears his car may be a little bit more up to speed than it was prior to that lap 12 wreck. As they come from turn 4, Martin Truex is now taking over that top spot as Casey Kane trying to hold on a second, but Brad Keselowski putting his nose on the inside, trying to get some clean air on the grill of that Miller Lite Ford. Now, 6 to go this time by, and they're going to be still 3 wide. Here comes the 48 through the middle. Pole center Jimmy Johnson making some noise now late in the race. Kind of fell back a little bit around mid-stage of the race, but now working his way back up to the front. The 48 of Jimmy Johnson. You have Casey Kane getting pushed by Brad Keselowski, Eric Almirola in the middle lane. You have Johnson, Dillon, and Busch on the outside. Truex and McMurray and Dale Jr. and Kevin Harvick trying to find a place to go as they have a pretty good run on the front 8. And now move the 5 of Casey Kane up to the front. 5 laps of racing to go from Daytona. Brad Keselowski leads. The 48. Jimmy Johnson on the outside. Brad Keselowski making the run on the inside. Kane and Keselowski have never won a has never won the Sprint Unlimited. Keselowski has no. Brad Keselowski has no NASCAR wins at Daytona. Kasey Kahne has won a Can-Am dual race back in 2010. That's all he's won here at Daytona. Eric Almirola won the July race here in 2014. Things are getting a lot more intense at the front. Time is running out for guys to make a move to get themselves in a spot that could win them the race. They come from turn 4. This time 4 to go at the line. Kasey Kahne continues to lead. But Brad Keselowski on the outside line, not giving up, getting pushed by that 48 of Johnson. This is a 11-car pack. How about Kyle Larson getting into the mix now? That 42 lost the draft after the lap 2 crash, but now up here battling for at least the top 10 finish, as again Kyle Busch trying to make it 3 wide on Austin Dillon. Keselowski goes out the track, so does Johnson and Truex. They remain up high. Almirola to the bottom, and now here comes McMurray joining the inside lane at the front. 3 to go now. This time by for Kasey Kahne. Can he hang on? Kyle Busch, a nice run on the 18, the only Joe Gibbs racing car inside the top 10. Going for the lead down that 18. Here comes Kyle Busch on the inside with McMurray behind him. Eric Almirola in that 43 getting in the back of McMurray, but sends McMurray alongside the 18 of Kyle Busch. Will McMurray be able to keep his momentum down the back straightaway? He's doing pretty good so far. He's even alongside with the 18 of Kyle Busch. Now Dillon pushing McMurray. Kahne pushing Kyle Busch. Truex stuck in the middle. Where does he go? Hit the front 4 wreck. And the inside line really prevailed out of that. McMurray to the front. Austin Dillon up in the second. Martin Truex behind Dillon. 2 to go at the line. McMurray leads that lap. And now Austin Dillon now leading the inside line, but soon to be the middle lane as Truex again makes it 3 wide for the lead. Martin Truex Jr., Austin Dillon, McMurray on the outside. Now Kasey Kahne gets in behind the 78 of Truex. They come down the back straightaway, and it's going to be 4 wide possibly for the lead. It is Kasey Kahne to the inside, Martin Truex Jr., Austin Dillon, Jamie McMurray. They're 4 wide for the lead. As they make the way out of turn number 4, we are going to see the white flag. 1 lap to go from Daytona. And they're still 4 wide for the lead. McMurray right up against the outside wall. Truex leads at the line. And they're still 4 wide. But McMurray and Dillon starting to lose a little bit of ground to Martin Truex Jr. Now Kasey Kahne has to push him. Eric Almirola. Does Truex get any help from Austin Dillon? McMurray and Johnson Dillon make contact out of turn number 2. It's now a drag race between Truex and Kasey Kahne. Almirola to the inside, but Brad Keselowski gets in behind Kasey Kahne. That hurts the 43. That helps the 78. Dillon still pushing Truex on the outside line. Kasey Kahne get back to the inside of Truex. He's there. It's going to be a drag race out of turn number 4. It won't be enough for Kasey Kahne. Truex too far ahead. Martin Truex Jr. is going to win the 2017 Sprint Unlimited from Daytona. Martin Truex Jr., your winner. His first NASCAR win at the Daytona International Speedway. Kasey Kahne second. Austin Dillon third. Brad Keselowski and Jamie McMurray comes home with the top 5 finish. What a thrilling last lap that was to end a 25-lap exhibition race. No points were on the line, and Martin Truex Jr. kicks off his 2017 season with a win at Daytona. It doesn't get any better than that. A lot of momentum now going in tomorrow and next weekend for Martin Truex Jr. and Barney Vischer Furniture Row Racing grabs the win here at Daytona in the Sprint Unlimited. Come down pit road. Truex, let's go back and look at that finish at a turn number 4 one more time before we look at the final results. Down the line, Kahne nearly edged Dillon. See, Kahne wasn't really close enough out of turn 4, but the closer they got to the finish line, the closer Kahne got to Truex. As we look at the results, Truex, Kahne, Dillon, Almirola 6, Johnson, Kyle Busch, Junior Larson, Kevin Harvick, and Clint Boyer. And through 20th, Ryan Newman, Denny Hamlin, Matt Kenseth, Edwards, Kurt Busch, Allmendinger, Logano, and Ryan Blaney. So that is going to wrap up the weekend here from Daytona. It's been a fantastic day of NASCAR racing here. Sprint Unlimited is now in the books, and we can now look forward to tomorrow afternoon. We will see the Daytona 500 practice to get these cars prepared for the 2017 Daytona 500. Also tomorrow, don't forget, we Daytona 500 pole qualifying, as we will find out who will sit on the pole for the Daytona 500 next Sunday afternoon and who will start second. Also, a couple of drivers will also guarantee themselves a spot on the grid by qualifying tomorrow afternoon of the Go Homers. So it's going to be a fun afternoon for the Cup drivers. Maybe a little bit of stress on the line. And also, don't forget the ARCA Racing Series 2017 season premiere kicks off tomorrow afternoon. Kyle Witherman will start on the pole in the number 10. We'll see you there. Congrats to Martin Truex Jr. on the win in the 2017 Sprint Unlimited. And we will see you tomorrow here from Daytona with all the new action coming your way. I'm Mark 531. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.